train coming, rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Stuck in force and dress, time keeps dragging on. I hear the train rolling down to St. Antone. Oh, when I was just a baby, and my mom, she told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever go play with guns. I shot a mandarino just to watch him die.
Oh, there he is.
I hear that whistle blowing, hang my head, cry. All right, boys, come on. They're smoking up the big cigars. I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. Those people that keep it moving, that's what tortured me. All right, boys, have it. And if that railroad train will by, I bet I'll move it on a little farther on down the line. Off force and dress, that's where I want to stay. I let that lonesome whistle put my blues away. What do you say, Chris? Come on.
Is on something that's very profound. The title of this event is Honor Your Oath. Now, I've spoken before, a lot of you, many times before. You know that I'm a prior Navy guy. If you don't know, that's me. I was in the Navy from 1967 to the end of 1970. During the Vietnam conflict, I didn't go there, but they sent me to the North Atlantic. They probably knew I'd cause less trouble there. When I put the word out about this rally, I got a call from State Rep John Hikel. He's here today. John said, Jack, as a coincidence, I'm working on this too. So why don't we get together? We did. Myself and one or two others. And we came up with, you know what? We really do have to take action. two things that we're doing, and you can participate in this. We have an emergency petition of redress. We have the petitions over there. A lot of you have already signed them. That will go through the House procedurally. And we also have, it's a criminal complaint. We feel they violated the oath of office. We feel they violated our rights as citizens of this state and our country. And so yesterday, I filed a complaint along with John and a couple others with the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Concord. It's been filed. And then complaints were also filed Thursday with the Stratford County Sheriff and a couple of them with the Hillsborough County Sheriff. We want to get more and more of those. Already, of course, the news has carried the story. It came out yesterday, and the attacks have begun. But I know all of you have my back, don't you?
Our listeners want to get to that event. We will have the information up on the website. And
How you doing?
That is we have a new speaker.
All right. My name is John Hikel. I represent the town of Goffstown in the state legislature. This is my third term. One of the best things. Thank you very much. It's sometimes rewarding and sometimes not, but it's always interesting and a great learning experience. A little bit about my background. I've owned an auto repair shop for 25 years. I'm not one of the entitled class. I'm not one of the retired. I'm not one of the wealthy. I'm a worker, and I work every day alongside with my mechanics, but I find the time every week to come to serve you in the legislature. I grew up in central Maine in a little town of 4,000 people. I think it still has 4,000 people. I've lived in New Hampshire now for about 30 years. The greatest state in the country, by far. Occasionally you'll hear my name in the news because they think I might have said something that was controversial. I deny it, but sometimes I would agree with them. But I know that the day that we have our oath read to us, in the beginning of December, after the election, I know that the words that I say, I can understand English and I certainly know what I read. In Article 85 in the New Hampshire Constitution, of which I have a bunch of free ones right over here, so help yourself, take them home with you. But Article 84 is the oath of civil officers, and the first part of that oath says, I, John Hikel, do solemnly swear that I will bear faith and true allegiance to the United States of America and to the state of New Hampshire, and I will support the Constitution thereof, so help me God. I know what that means. So I looked at oaths, because I looked at our oath that we take in the legislature. Our oath, there are actually two oaths, and they are constitutional. There's two oaths on that piece of paper. I noticed that our oath, we only signed it one time at the bottom on some line at the bottom of this page, about 1.5 inches below the word signature. That was a flag to me. Never signed a contract or anything else below the word signature on some line. I also looked at it, and I noticed that we didn't sign the top oath. So I went to the Secretary of State's office and I asked him, why do we do this? Oh, also, our signatures are not notarized. So I went to the Secretary of State's office and I started pulling oaths of attorney generals, judges, notary publics, commissioners, sheriffs, and every other oath taker that I could think of. And what I noticed was their oath has the same words as our oath, but they sign their name on the signature line under the first oath, under the second oath, and it's notarized by two justices of the peace or a JP and a notary. So I asked the Secretary of State, Bill Gardner, great friend of mine, wonderful guy, excellent Secretary of State, friend of all of ours, I have to say. But he couldn't really answer that, and he said the words are there in the Constitution, this is what it is. But something about that bothered me, so I sponsored a bill HB 363 to study, only a study bill, to study our oath, because I wanted to know more about it. And I thought the other 400 representatives and 24 senators should also know what they're signing. That went through the committee, and it was passed unanimous, with a majority of that committee being Democrat and the minority being Republican. It was a unanimous vote to study the oath, because the things that I had picked out were a little bit different, and they thought that it needed studying too. So that will be presented to the Senate very shortly. I looked online on Facebook, I think, and I saw this Honor Your Oath rally, and I know Jack Kimball, he's one of my old friends. Thought the world of Jack. I got to meet him when he was running for governor, and I truly, honestly respected him a lot. So I got a hold of him, and I said, you know, I sponsored a bill to study the oath, and you're doing this rally on the oath, so let's get together and talk about it. We went and had a meeting at his office, great meeting, and we started to think about other things that we could do. And at that time, I said, you know what? I'm not going to wait for this bill to become a study committee. I'm going to file a redress of grievance, which is in Article 31 in our Constitution, that says the purpose of the legislature to meet is to redress grievances. When people have been wronged by their government, the purpose of our legislature to meet is to take care of those issues, and the other job is to sponsor and write legislation so that problem won't happen again. We end up doing a whole bunch of other things, but what we don't do is redress grievances. So under the Constitution, I said, well, I'm going to sponsor a bill. I'm not going to sponsor a bill. I'm going to sponsor a petition of redress, and I'm going to name the 189 legislators in here that voted to diminish our rights one more time, and I want them to answer to this question. And this is where it's come. I've asked, and so through the redress petition procedure, constitutional procedure, I'm asking all 189 legislators to come clean, step down, and this isn't a partisan issue. I got to tell you, Democrats, Republicans, this isn't a partisan issue. I'm not looking for any particular group. I want everybody in here to respect the Constitution and respect the people that voted them into office. That's primarily over anything else, over the money, over the lobbyists, over the commissioners and the government agencies. Leave us alone. Let us represent the people that voted us in office to do the job for them. And that's where I came from. And I could talk about this a long time, obviously. And then we also filed that criminal complaint at the U.S. Attorney's Office yesterday, because we are taking this serious. Jeff and the rest of the speakers will say it, but that's just a little background how I got involved with this. So enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
This old house to stand for one more year. Foundations caving in, screens have all blown on. This old house could be a testament, a love and memories that hold a young man's dream. This old house just a shrine, all the things I left behind. Teenage love, now the house just creaks. My key won't fit the door. I try to come here anymore. One last look before I head on down the street. So high from my mind can never leave. This old house will stand for one more year. There ain't patience for anything. Too many things should be replaced. The flood waters rise. This old house cannot hide. just fine. Life moves on, but when it's past its peak, the floorboards still stand, made with my father's hands, scuffed and worn by 1,000 people's feet. This old house from my mind could never leave. As a boy I used to stand out in the backyard, catching minnows on a bottle on a string. They called me in for dinner with a bucket in my hand. I'd come running to count the fish in my bucket. And now those are minnows. I turn the paper, it needs initials, it needs reshaping. Those pretty fingers need pretty diamond rings. This old house from my mind, oh, this old house from my mind, oh, this old house from my mind can never leave. Thank you very much. We're going to do one more song for you all. Thank you guys for giving us a listen. We are Girls, Guns, and Glory. And if you do like what you hear, we got CDs over there in our van. It's the one with the GGG license plate. This song, as well as the last one, is off our latest album called Root Cellar. Tears and jars, the roots are left to look, human rain. And nothing can grow in the garden that I planted. Hold them rose, sow them, save the pain. I ain't got nothing but a pain in my stomach and a mouth that just chews up the words. I wish it was you that was holding on to spoiled stocks locked inside my brain. I hear your voice as I come on down the stairs. Clear your throat and hang the phone up as soon as I appear. The quiver in your voice lets me know you're scared. Anxious as hell to get the hell out of here. So don't put tears in jars, and the roots are left to look with human rain. Oh, nothing can grow in the garden that I planted. Hold them rose, soak them, see the pain. Years ago we were lovers, years ago we were done, make me whole. On the floor in tatters is a valentine for you. It don't make sense to read, words have become untrue. flowers have roots and left filled up, deal with the rain. Nothing can grow in the garden that I planted. Hope that rose sowed them seeds of pain. Oh, thank you guys so much. Take care of each other.